What's up, you guys? We're gonna do things a little different today uh, because I am trying to get my butt moving. Um, Not for any particular reason other than just when you wake up during, the morning time, whenever it is that you wake up, and you do things that make you happy. It changes your vibration, and what we put out, we get back. So I have been actively trying to do better about that. I've made a promise to myself a long time ago that I was going to um, start a routine because I suck at routines. Like, I really honestly do. And so like I have like an entire like morning routine, and then I have like a contingency plan for days where I'm feeling like very low energy, which is like the bare minimum, like wash my face and like put moisturizer on. Okay. And so like if I don't do anything else but sit in the bed, or clean something, or go to work for part of the day, because I make my own schedule, so I'm allowed to do that. Um, then I have done, I say done, but like I've made that deal with myself, and like I don't feel guilty about it. So, with that being said, I think that something that all of us need in our lives is to focus on ourselves a little bit more. And I'm hearing take a step back, like from whatever situation that it is that you're in, whatever the thing is that you're like super worried about, or it's like occupying your mind a lot. Um, Putting yourself into that person's shoes and trying to see it from their perspective is very important, um, for any kind of reconciliation, whether that's romantic or um, friendship or family, because honestly, what it comes down to is that we are all products of our environment. And sometimes people think that their course of action that they're taking is the right thing to do because they were never shown another way of doing things. And sometimes when we try to show people another way of doing things, like I'll give you an example. Okay, so like I do DoorDash and Walmart Spark deliveries and Uber Eats, right? So I'm picking up a order, and there's like a bunch of teenage girls like running this restaurant basically, okay? And I'm like sitting there waiting for this order, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize that, there was a drink that went with that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a Coca-Cola, a large one." And she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, like trying to, get this drink. And she overfills it, and y'all know that like when you put the lid on, if it's too full, then it starts coming out the top. She's like, napkin, napkin, napkin. Like, I'm like, honey, if you just take that lid off and like pour some off the top and like put a new lid on, like that'll save you a whole lot of hassle. And she like looked at me like she thought like I was being mean to her. I wasn't. I was really like just trying to be helpful, but she didn't see it that way. So before I left, I said to her, I was like, "You're doing a really great job. Like, I can tell that your energy is like hectic and frantic. I know it's busy in here, but 444 on the timer. I just want you to know that I was just trying to be helpful, and just take a breath. You're doing a great job." And then she handed me my food, and I walked out. So I don't ever like to leave a situation where um, like with a negative vibe going on, because like, you know, maybe the next time I go in there, they make me wait on purpose, you know, and like I have several deliveries sometimes at once that I have to make, and like somebody else's food could be waiting in the car. So it's not really good for me to be waiting for any amount of time. Um, but that's besides the point. The point that I was trying to make is that some of us, you know, whether it's our jobs that is making us having that feeling of burnout, you know what I mean? Whether it's that, or whether it's our families, because let me tell you, families can be stressful too. Or maybe it's a romantic partner that you just feel like you are at your wits' end, and like you're like, I don't know what to do. And there's a difference between like trying to like reconcile differences and like forgiving somebody over and over and over, um, for disrespecting you. Like, I feel like there's basic rules for any relationship, you know, like you're not supposed to lie, and you're not supposed to, you know, like really do anything deceitful. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is everybody's business, and like not everybody needs to know everything. But if you're like in a situation where it's like, I don't even know how to go about saying this, but like, you know, you're trying to work on you, but you know that you've got somebody or multiple people that are like interested in being romantic, and you know it's just like you can see the potential timeline, but you're just like, you know, like this isn't a good idea right now, because I mean, I still have more healing that I have to do. um it's okay to tell these people that like you're just not for me right now. Like, I appreciate the love and I appreciate the support, but right now I just like, I need to figure things out. And it's okay to say that. And it's okay to like think that you want to be with somebody and then like change your mind. Like, we're allowed to change our minds. There's no rule or law that says, once you start liking somebody, if you have an interest with them, that like, well, you better be with them then, because otherwise you were just playing the field. And like, maybe you do want to see what's out there. Maybe like me, you were in a relationship very, very young. I was still in high school when I met my husband, and moved in with him when I was still 17. And we married when I was 19. And unfortunately, we're still married. God help me. But we, there's just a long cyclical pattern of like me trying to help him with, it doesn't even matter what it is, vehicles, uh, advice, um, it, whatever. Like this last time, I actually housed him because he was homeless. And I care about him as a human being, and he's been a part of my family since I was like really young. And I was like, this is the last time that I am doing this. And if he turns his back on me this time, like, I'm done. Because you, there's just like a line where it's like you're pouring too much into somebody else and not enough into yourself. So, with that being said, um, when we decide that we are going to do the things that make us happy, then the things that make us happy start to come to us. And it's a very interesting concept, because it's not the way we were raised. You know, like we were taught to believe that, um, you know, well, once you get a college degree, you can get a good job and you can get a nice house and like make a good life for you and your family. Or whatever the thing was that they told you. That's what I heard. Like, oh, you have to have like a college education to like have a happy life. Well, that's not true either. Um, a lot of people that are older than us, they're like stuck in this mentality, and like the whole like, oh, I've been working every day since I was 16 years old. Like I'm like super glad that is something that you're proud of, and you have a decent life, and for that, like, I rejoice in that for you. But that's not the life that I want, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. Okay. We are not supposed to be like everybody else. And just because everybody else is out there like obsessing over somebody or in a romantic relationship, but like, are they healed? Like, I don't think anybody's ever truly healed. I think that's like a lifelong process type thing. But are they even examining themselves? Are they even looking at their like behavioral patterns? Are they like making healthy choices? And it's it's so hard, and it's a very lonely road because like it started with my family because that's who I was closest with. Like people in my family started to fall away. And then I had some really tough notification, thank you, Spirit. A really tough situation with the person that I was with after my husband. And we were together for a couple years. And he was not the person that I thought he was. He was hiding some very, very dark secrets from me. And he hurt me and my kids very badly. Um, it's kind of hard for me to talk about that, but after I lost him, I was like, how am I supposed to trust myself? How am I supposed to know like who's good for me and who isn't? And like maybe in a different video we can talk about intuition, but right now I just want to talk to somebody about self-love. Okay? If you are having any type of relationship with somebody where like you're constantly arguing, or there's constantly tension, or there is lack of communication where it feels like one person is putting in the work and you know the other one isn't like at all, or they just like have this thing where they don't even want to understand where you're coming from, right? Or even worse, when they act like they understand where you're coming from and you guys like are on the same page about something when you talk, and then come to find out you're not. And like that's where your intuition and your discernment comes in, okay? Because there are so many people that just like want to keep others around in their life for their good energy, for like your healing energy. And you can help somebody and you can love people, but if the people that you're dealing with aren't willing to go within and like really examine themselves, then they're not growing with you. That's not your fault. Okay, like that's not your fault. If you have a boundary and you're like, this is what I need, and that person is not giving you what you need, and I don't mean like ridiculous things like, oh, I need you to spend money on me, or oh, I need X amount of time with you. Because you know what? People need time to themselves. I love being alone. I love the quiet. I got 3 kids, okay, and they make it very easy to, and not just them, but like my mind as well. I need time alone so that I can process, so that I can work through, the matters that I have going on. And sometimes having a peaceful moment alone with nothing, I mean, like no music, because like your mind believes everything that you feed it, whether that's music, movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, TikTok shorts, whatever crazy thing that they got going on. I sound like an old woman, don't I? But either way, um, you just need some silence to be able to sort things out. And if you talk to your guardian angels, or you talk to your guides, or you talk to God, you talk to spirit, whoever it is that you talk to, sometimes, like saying it in your head is one thing and they can hear you. They can hear you. But when you say it out loud, there is, did you guys see that? It was like right there. I don't know what that was. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm whispering. I got excited. When you say things out loud, there is a certain vibration and resonance that we omit. And it adds power to your prayers, okay? Tell them that you need guidance. Tell them that you would like to see the truth of a situation. Tell them that, you are struggling to find the correct path when it comes to you, when it comes to certain relationships, when it comes to your job. It doesn't matter what it is. They're there to listen, okay? And all I know is that when we walk in our faith, and no matter how dark things look around us, we actively choose to believe that even if we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that it's coming, that we were promised, fulfillment and happiness, and that's the kind of life that we're meant to live. And when you just like firmly walk in that, and then on top of that, when you think about who the person is that is living the life that you want to live, like if I think, okay, the person that I want to be, right? Like what kind of life I want to live. What does she wear? What does she do? What kind of people does she talk to? Like what kind of habits does she have? What kind of books does she read? What kind of music does she listen to? You know what I'm saying? Like that's when, and you start doing it, that's when the blessings start coming in. Because you are putting that energy out into the universe saying, this is what I am, this is what I want. And then the universe has no option but to return that energy to you. It's not like we were taught like, oh, once you get here, then you can be happy. No. You have to find happiness within yourself. Nobody else is responsible for our happiness, okay? We are responsible for our happiness. And I know that sometimes is a tough pill to swallow, because like it's a lot easier to be like, you make me unhappy. But 9 times out of 10, the things that irritate us or piss us off about other people are parts of ourselves that aren't healed yet, believe it or not. So try to see everybody as their inner child. If you don't know what the law of oneness is, definitely look that up, because at the end of the day, we are all one. And just like do everything you can, with loving kindness. And I'm not saying that you're not going to experience big feelings. I'm not saying you're not going to get angry. I get angry. And sometimes we just have to sit with that feeling until we can figure out why it's triggering us so badly. And we don't heal overnight either. So it's a process. It's all a process and balance. And trust and believe that I don't have it all figured out. I'm just trying to help others and spread love and light and positivity through my own personal experiences, okay? And what I have learned. and what is working for me. Because if it's working for me, it might work for somebody else, you know? So this video was not supposed to be this long. I feel like I rambled on. But I appreciate you for staying. If you would like any kind of like coaching session, or you would like to know what kind of services I offer, or you would like to donate to my channel, because that helps me get new decks and new materials, helps me learn so that I can in turn help teach you guys. That would be greatly appreciated. Like, super duper Tony the Tiger, great. Okay. I love every single one of you. And again, thank you. Till next time. Bye, guys.